When it comes to horror games on the Switch, and now the Switch too, unfortunately I'll admit that I've become pretty jaded after being burned by a number of lackluster experiences. Whether the issue is an over-reliance on cheap jump scares, too much time being wasted on fruitless wandering around as you're unsure of what you're supposed to be doing, or there being no really discernible story to get invested in, the genre has been pretty poorly represented overall. Unfortunately, in the case of Prison Alone, it pretty well manages to hit every branch of the lackluster horror tree on its way to the crushing floor of reality, at best delivering a creepy experience, but not doing anything in particular that clearly rewards you for your time invested in it. Aptly named, in Prison Alone you'll find yourself in prison and alone. But are you? Sure, it appears that all of the other inmates have been moved elsewhere, with only you remaining. But as you roam the empty cell blocks and corridors as you attempt to secure your escape, you'll certainly encounter any number of odd sounds, hints of creatures roaming in the dark, and a near-constant sense of dread. I suppose I prefer the sense of unease the game brings to the table over cheap jump scares, but these elements also aren't generally enough to take your mind off of the game's weaknesses. While the amount of time you spend meandering around the jail will vary per player, the typical lack of clear goals and objectives aren't helpful to combating this issue. Whether trying to find the means to get through your latest obstacle, or sometimes simply not being sure where or what that obstacle may be, you'll spend the bulk of your time walking around and often retracing your steps in the hopes that you'll stumble into whatever it is you're supposed to be doing next. That's undoubtedly where the creepy elements are supposed to keep you distracted and on edge, but it doesn't take long for that to wear thin, honestly. There are elements here to enjoy, without a doubt, but their unrefined nature and a lack of a clear differentiator amongst its peers still makes this feel like an uninspired outing. Overall, my final score for the game ended up being a 5.8. And if you're interested in picking it up, it's currently available on the Switch eShop for $9.99. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this review. And if you'd like more information or ideas of indie games worth checking out on Switch, be sure to click on the link provided in the description. Until next time.